What's up guys? Today we're going to take a look at the brand new single rocker and double rocker US wall switches made by Aqara. I'm going to show you how you can combine these and use them in 2 and 3 gang switch boxes, and then I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts and opinions, some tips and tricks, and all kinds of good stuff. It's going to be a good one, guys. Let's go! Yo, what's up guys? Thanks for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shane, and on this channel I'm all about building an easy smart home using HomeKit. So if that's something you're into, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss out when I post new HomeKit videos every Sunday right here. Alright, so today we're talking about smart wall switches, and I'm really excited about this video because I actually really love smart wall switches. I haven't talked about them in quite a while on this channel. In fact, one of my first videos going way back was about installing Lutron Caseta smart switches, and I've been using those for a long time. I think smart switches are a great way to automate your existing lighting, especially if you have wall switches. That way your family members can still use those wall switches without cutting the power to your HomeKit. So in this video, what we're going to do is take a look at the single rocker and the double rocker light switches made by Aqara. These are brand new to the US market. We're going to discuss the features, we're going to discuss the installation, and then we're going to discuss my overall thoughts and opinions. I've had one of these light switches installed for a few weeks now, so I can give you my thoughts on that as I've been using it in my everyday life. Now, if you're watching this video on the day it was published on Sunday, April 26th, these switches are not available yet. They are going to be available tomorrow, April 27th on Amazon. They will offer neutral and non-neutral versions, so that's important to know which kind of switches you have in your house, if you have a neutral wire or not. It's great to have this option because I know there's a lot of people out there, especially with older homes, who don't have the neutral wire. So with these you can get the non-neutral version and still have a smart switch that works in your house. And if you've been watching my videos in the past, you'll probably know that I do like the Aqara products for 2 reasons. For one, they just work really well, and 2, they're affordable. They're very affordable compared to, similar HomeKit enabled products on the market. Now, first of all, before we talk about the features, I have to give a big thank you to Aqara. They did provide me these light switches a few weeks ago so that I could test them out and everything before the official release. So thank you to them. It's important you guys know that I did not pay for these, but as always, the opinions in this video are 100% mine, and I'm just going to give it to you straight up like I always do. These switches will support Google Home and HomeKit, so it's awesome they support all 3. Now, these switches do require the hub. This is the Aqara hub. I've done videos on this in the past. You have to have the hub in order for this to work. These switches will connect through Zigbee, just like all of the other Aqara accessories. So they sell door and window sensors and temperature sensors and all kinds of different sensors that will connect to this hub. Now, there are single rocker and double rocker versions available. The single rocker is just for a single light switch. The double rocker you can actually use to replace 2 light switches. So these are great if you already have one of these areas with 2 light switches kind of in the footprint of one. Before, there really weren't many options for smart switches to replace something like this, but now you can get the double rocker. You can use these in 3-way switch setups, which is when you have 2 light switches controlling the same light. For example, 1 switch at the top of the stairs, 1 switch at the bottom of the stairs controlling the same light. What you would do in this situation is you would replace one of those light switches with the Aqara light switch, and then you would just tie off the other one, and you can use this. This is a wireless switch by Aqara, and you would use this in place of the other one up there and just pair it to control that. If you guys want to see a separate video on how to set that up, let me know in the comments down below. But I did want to show you that you can use these to create those 3-way switch setups. Now, I've been told when these come out, the prices will be as follows. With no neutral will be $42 for the single rocker, $47 for the double rocker. With neutral will be $40 for the single and $44 for the double rocker. So those are pretty good prices for smart switches, especially if you have the neutral wire. It's going to be a little bit cheaper, it looks like. Okay, so let's talk about the installation. The installation on these is pretty straightforward, especially if you've ever done smart switches in the past. Now keep in mind, I am by no stretch of the imagination an electrician, but I did manage to install these. I've already installed one that I've been using for a while. Now this was just the single rocker that I wanted to test out, and I used this to replace just a dumb switch that I had actually already in a 3-gang switch box that had 2 other Lutron switches in it, and there was one dumb switch. And I have here, I wanted to show you, these are made by Lutron, and these are wall plates. Okay, they're called the Claro. I'll put links to everything in the description that I used today. So what I'm going to do in the garage is I'm going to replace 2 dumb switches. It's a 2-gang switch box, and I'm going to replace both of those with one double rocker. All right, so I'll be able to control both of those with this one. Now normally if you do something like this, because this is obviously a smaller footprint than 2 switches, you would have to probably do some drywall work to repair it, paint it, whatever. First of all, it's in my garage, so I don't care too much. But what I'm gonna do is show you how you can use this with this, and they actually sell this. Again, links to all this will be in the description. This is basically just like a little dummy plate. So I'm gonna use this and put it right here with this one and just kind of tie off that one side, and I'll be able to control both of those switches with this one. So what that does is that's gonna allow me to basically get smart functionality with these 2 switches just by using this one switch right here. Okay, so that's gonna save me money. I'm gonna only buy one switch, this one double rocker, instead of buying 2 singles, and we're just gonna have it kind of set up in the garage like this. I hope that makes sense. Let's go ahead and head downstairs. I'll show you that first one that I already set up, then we'll head to the garage and get that one installed. Let's go. Okay, so here I've already installed my single rocker light switch by Aqara, and I just replaced a dumb switch that I had here previously. And next to it is 2 Lutron Caseta switches, which I've used before, but this was just easy. Replace the dumb switch, pretty straightforward. This just goes to show you you can use the Lutron wall plates and combine multiple Aqara switches, or you can mix and match Aqara with Lutron or dumb switches using these, so they will fit. And it has a little LED light at the very bottom. It's really hard to see unless it's really like pitch black, but I use this one to control my back porch light, and I also set up an automation that when I open the back door, it just turns on the light automatically, and I can do all that now through HomeKit since I have a smart switch here. But that's it pretty much for this one. Let's go ahead and go out to the garage. Okay, and we are in my garage. All right, so this is the switches we're gonna replace. We're gonna replace both of these with the one double rocker and the little placeholder right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started doing that. I've actually got these labeled. I don't know if you can see here with the light. It's kind of tough, but you got N for neutral is the white, black is L, and this is going to be our live wire or the line. Okay, L1 is a load and L2 is a load. Okay, so the red and the brown are load wires. Now that I got this one in, I'm going to take my little dummy plate, put it right next to it. We're not going to be using this at all. This is just to fill up that hole. So I'm not even using the plate included in the Aqara switch because I'm using a 2-gang plate right here. And I actually really like these plates. These are the ones I'm using out there for my other smart switches. So all these smart switches will fit in here. Now we take our faceplate, put it over top. Look at that. Fits like a glove. So now this is just our dummy plate, so this does nothing, but by using this, we don't have to do any drywall patching or anything, and I use both switches now in here, this top one controlling my garage light, this bottom one controlling my driveway light. Both will be working in HomeKit, and I only had to use one switch. So you can do this to save yourself some money if you want to by only using one switch. All right, so we're back in the studio, and as you can see, got everything installed and working well. To connect this thing to the hub is really easy. Once you get the light switch installed, you just open up the Aqara app and you connect it to your hub just like you do any other Aqara accessory. So if you've done that before, it's really easy. So once you add the switch in the Aqara app to your hub, it's going to automatically show up in HomeKit and you're good to go. Now, something I did notice, I actually use the Mi Home app as well. For those of you who are using the Mi Home app with your Aqara products, I noticed I was able to pair this light switch with the Mi Home app, but it does not show up in the Mi Home app once it's connected, which was weird. It did show up in HomeKit. I can control it in HomeKit, automations and everything, but in the Mi Home app, I'm not able to see the light switch, so don't know what that's all about. But in the Aqara app, it works great, just as you would expect. Now let's discuss the pros and cons real quick. I've been using one of these at least for a few weeks, and I'll just share with you my thoughts. First of all, for the pros, obviously they sell a lot of variations with this. So you can get single rocker, double rocker, you can get neutral or no neutral versions. So you can probably find something that works with your existing setup. In addition to that, the ability to use the wireless switches for three-way switches is nice. That's really great because a lot of us probably have those. What I would really like to see Aqara do is make some wireless switches that are in the same shape as these new US switches. Then we can use the wireless switches in the same switch boxes and those like 2 and 3 gang switch boxes for those three-way switch setups. So that would be nice. The price is pretty good for a smart switch, especially if you've already bought in to the Aqara stuff and maybe you already have one of those hubs, then this is really a great option. Another pro for me is that this connects to the hub using Zigbee. One of the reasons I've only used Caseta light switches in the past is because they actually connect to a bridge. It's not using Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or anything else. When it comes to my light switches, I want those to be extremely fast and extremely reliable. So the fact that this uses Zigbee and not Wi-Fi or Bluetooth means that they're gonna be really fast and really reliable, which is definitely a huge benefit in my opinion. Now, some of the cons, as I said earlier, it's great that we can use this in three-way switch setups with the wireless switch, but not having a wireless switch that is the same shape that can fit into those boxes, that may be a downside for you. Another con is I found that status light is really hard to see on there. It's like a blue color, really hard to see. So some people may like that, especially in a bedroom. You don't want bright lights. So that's something to keep in mind there. All right, and that is it for this video. A bit of a long one here, but we had a lot of good stuff to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there's anything I missed, you have any questions at all, feel free to drop a comment down below. Also, I've done lots of videos on the other Aqara products and accessories, so check out that playlist. I'll put a link in the description for that as well if you want to see some of those other videos. And thanks everybody so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do so. We're dropping new HomeKit videos every single Sunday right here. And for all you guys who have subscribed already, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And until next week, we will see y'all later.